In this video, we'll understand how to use data validation. Note that Excel provides you with a tool wherein you can restrict the content of the cell. Okay, as an example, suppose if you want to restrict a person to enter a value within, let's say, 10 to 20 in a cell, you can do that restriction. Okay, so in the data validation, what you can do is you can do a date restriction, you can restrict only the numbers to whole numbers, or you can do the time restriction. Okay, then you can restrict the numbers to decimal values, or you can create the list. Okay, we find that list is very important because many times you would want to change the values and see what are the numbers that you are getting, right? So how do you approach data validation? Okay, so data validation is present in this data. Okay, inside the data you have, this is the data validation. Okay, so you can go data validation, click on data validation. Okay, so you can see that there are settings, input message, and error alert. Okay, we will walk each of them. Okay, walk through each of them. So what we have is what are the validation criteria? So this is your validation or the restriction. Okay, so it can be whole number, decimal, you can create a list, you can validate as per date or time, you can validate as per the text length also. Okay, that means you can say the text should be only this much length, right? And then lastly is your custom. We are not going to go through the custom, we'll see these items we'll see, right? So let's say suppose I want to put a restriction over here. Okay, in this cell B16 I would put the restriction that text length. Okay, and I say that text length minimum should be 5 and maximum should be 7. Okay, right? So this is what I have put between. Okay, but there can be lots of options, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater, less than, whatever you want to specify you can specify. As of now I'm saying that it should be between 5 and 7, right? And in this input message, what you can do is you can show the input message. So you can say that, okay, please enter text whose length should be between 5 and 7, right? If you want to put a title you can put, else this is not required. So I'll just put, okay, title. So you can see that how the title is coming, right? And then you have over here error alert. Okay, so what are the error alert that you get? So you can have a stop, so stop, you can have warning, okay, you can have information, right? So information is wherein you want to give the information to the person. Okay, then warning is you can say that this is an error but you allow that person to enter the value, right? Stop is wherein you do not allow the person to enter the value, right? And here also you can enter the error message. So we'll just press OK, right? Now the beauty of this data validation is only if you select this B16 cell, okay, then only you will get this. Okay, so here they are saying that please enter the value. If you select any other cell you will not get the information, right? Now if I put information over here, let's say I and D, okay, what we are saying, getting, this is a stop, the value you have entered is invalid, right? So if I now enter, let's say India, yes, it will come, right? But if I'll say, let's say, okay, India is good, then it will not take, right? So the idea is that it has to be between 5 and 7, right? So you can then you can enter anything. Let's say you should greater than or equal to 5. Okay, so then you can write anything. Okay, right? But if you write now less than 5, then it will be an error, right? So that way you can put the restriction. So what we have is the data validation. You can have lots of restriction, can be on the basis of whole number, it only accepts whole number. Okay, then it can be on the basis of decimal. So what I will do is this, in the data validation, now I will put the data validation equal to decimal. Okay, note that when I put the decimal here, I can put the decimal values. So as an example, if I write decimal equal to and value of 2.65, that means it will take only value of 2.65. It will not take any value which is not equal to 2.65. And an input message you can say, okay, no, don't have the title, and say that ensure value equal to 2.65. Just let's see, and we press OK. So what if we select, it shows that 2.65. If I put 2.1, it will put an error. If I put 2.6, it will put an error. Okay, right? And then if I put 2.65, then it will be acceptable, right? So then you can then do the manipulation over here. You can say not between, less than, like that. So you can say less than 2.65. if you put 2.7, it is an error, right? So you can then experiment with your whole number, decimal, okay, date, like that. You can put date over here. You can say date should be less than, let's say, 31st December 2010. Okay, so if I say that, okay, I have not changed the prompt, so I'll say ensure date less than 31st December 2010. That's it. Okay, now if I put date, let's say 31st December 2009, it is acceptable. But if I make it 2011, it is not acceptable. Now what I can do is, because see, if you do not, you see this, okay, if you are putting here the values 2011, okay, you do not know what mistake you have done, right? So it is just giving you a prompt. So the beauty of this error message is, okay, what you can do is you can put a error alert. Here I have put error alert that please ensure value less than 31st December 2010, right? Now if you try to put 2011 here, okay, see the message. Now the message is appropriate, right? So whenever you are using any data validation for constraint, like the value should be less than, greater than, in between, etc., it's always it's important that you give the prompt this and also change your error message, right? So what we are saying is, okay, input message should be appropriate, error alert should be appropriate. Please ensure that these two are done, otherwise your user will not know what error they are making. Okay, so in other data validations are like that only. So you have time, okay, is similar to date. Then text length, we have seen it is like you can put whatever the text length you want, right? However, the most important one that is however, the most important one where the data validation is used is to create the lists, okay, right? So you would have seen that many times we want to enforce a person to, let's say, choose a fixed set of values from the drop down. Okay, let's say suppose I have given a question answer set, okay, and multiple choice questions to the students, okay, and I say that, okay, you have to select the appropriate answer option over here, right? And the answer options are A, B, C, D, right? Now a person may just enter E here and can go, right? Now what I want is he should be able to only select A, B, C, D, right? How I can do it, right? What we can do is we can go to data validation, and then in this allow we can go to list, right? Now one option that you can do is you can list the values here only. Okay, as an example, I can list here option A, and then the next value in the list drop down I should write option B. So but I have to put comma. Please ensure that you put comma between the two. So when you put comma, Excel treats this as another value, right? So let's see, I will just show you two values. Press OK. See that now you have the drop down. This is the list. If you click, you have option A and option B, right? You have option A or option B, right? However, if you have lots of data, okay, then I would not recommend you to type in over here. Okay, then I would recommend that you take any value like this, option A, option B, then you have option C, option D. Note that this can be tables also. Okay, so what you have is, now when you are creating this data validation, okay, in this you remove the entry that you are doing manually. Rather than that, you can give the range. You can select like this and you can give the range. Okay, so see, now you have got all the values, right? Now if you want to create here also the list, you don't have to create the data validation again. If you just copy paste this cell, okay, right, you will find that the data validation will come here also, okay, here also. Okay. Why? Because in this data validation we had selected absolute reference. Please see, we had selected absolute reference, right? However, if we had not selected absolute reference, what would have happened? Let's see. I press F4, okay, and press OK, and then I go here, paste, paste, paste. Okay, see here what will happen. See what has happened is when you copy and paste, now it is pasting, but because you had not absolute reference, okay, it was relative reference. So earlier it was H2 to H5, now it will be H3 to H6. So but H6 value is, so this is your H6 value, okay, right? H6 value is null, so that's why you see that there is a null item has come, right? So depending on your use case, okay, you can select the values, but I would say that mostly if you want to copy paste the values, you should use the relative full absolute reference. That is the recommendation, right? Data validation should be used when you want to restrict the people to choose the data, right? And it can be used in creation of the list. We use it a lot in creation of the list. As an example, you can use it to, let's say, have a data validation wherein you want to select the week of the days, okay, so that you can do, right? So there are lots of places wherein this data validation is used. Okay, thanks for watching this video.